Why do people who work harder still stay broke? Why does money disappear so fast? Take a moment and think about your own life. Every morning begins the same way. An alarm rings. You open your eyes, already tired. You get out of bed, not because you want to, but because you have to. You rush through traffic, watch the clock, check your phone. You sit in meetings that feel endless. You answer emails that never stop coming. You chase deadlines that keep moving forward. Day after day, week after week, month after month. You give your time, you give your energy, you give your focus, and at the end of the month, your paycheck finally arrives. For a few seconds, you feel a sense of relief. You breathe a little easier. You think, okay, at least I'm safe for now. But that feeling fades quickly, because reality doesn't wait. Rent is due. Groceries need to be bought. Electricity bills arrive. Internet, phone bills, credit card payments. One by one, the money leaves your account. And suddenly, the number you waited for all months almost disappears. You look at your bank balance and feel confused. You ask yourself quietly, didn't I just get paid? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people live this exact same life. They work harder every year. They get busier every year, but their life never truly moves forward. Always stressed, always worried, always one emergency away from panic. This is not a story about laziness. This is a story about someone who did everything right, yet still felt stuck. This is the story of Daniel. Daniel lived in the United States. He had a stable job, a decent salary. Not rich, not poor. From the outside, his life looked successful. He had a job title, a routine, a paycheck. But inside, Daniel felt trapped. Every month followed the same pattern. When his salary increased, his lifestyle increased too. A newer phone, a better car, more subscriptions, more monthly payments. The money came in and quietly disappeared. One night, after paying all his bills, Daniel sat alone. He opened his banking app and stared at the screen. Almost zero. And in that silence, a painful thought hit him hard. I work harder than ever. So why do I feel poorer than before? That question didn't leave him. Not the next day, not the next week. For the first time, Daniel stopped blaming everything else. Not the economy, not inflation, not his boss. He looked at himself, and slowly he began to realize something uncomfortable. The problem wasn't how much he earned. The problem was how his money lived and died. And that realization was about to change everything.
Something inside Daniel slowly began to change. He started paying attention, not to how much he earned, but to where his money actually went. Every dollar entered his account and disappeared just as quickly. It wasn't building anything. It wasn't protecting his future. It was just surviving the present. Daniel realized something uncomfortable. The problem wasn't that he didn't earn enough. The problem was that his money had no purpose. It arrived, it got spent, and it died. That's when Daniel stopped asking for a raise and started asking better questions. Why did he upgrade things that still worked? Why did he spend money just to feel successful for a moment? Why was he impressing people who didn't pay his bills? For the first time, Daniel chose honesty over comfort. When the next paycheck arrived, he didn't celebrate, he paused. And before paying rent, before shopping, before entertainment, Daniel paid himself first. Not a big amount, not something dramatic, just something consistent. He treated it like a bill that could not be skipped. Then he did something even harder. He said no to unnecessary upgrades, no to impulse buying, no to chasing appearances. Daniel wasn't trying to look rich anymore. He was trying to gain control. Slowly, he started learning about money, about investing, about assets, not to get rich overnight, but to stop feeling trapped. While others increased their lifestyle, Daniel increased his discipline, and that made all the difference.
Then months. Daniel didn't suddenly become wealthy. There was no lottery win, no overnight success, no dramatic transformation. But something far more important happened. He stopped feeling afraid. For the first time in years, an unexpected expense didn't scare him. A small emergency didn't shake his sleep. Money no longer felt like a ticking clock. Because now, Daniel had control. He knew exactly where his money was going. Not everywhere, not to everything, but to his future. He noticed something else, too. While others around him complained about money, Daniel felt calmer. While others chased higher salaries, Daniel focused on stronger habits. His investments grew slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. Not because he was smarter than everyone else, but because he was consistent. Daniel finally understood the truth most people miss. Wealth is not loud. It doesn't show off. It grows in silence. He realized that money is not meant to be stored and forgotten. Money is meant to move, to work, to grow. Saving alone had kept him stuck, but direction gave his money power. Daniel wasn't richer because he earned more. He was freer because he managed better. And that freedom changed everything. He chose peace over pressure, progress over appearance, control over comfort. Most people wait for a higher salary to fix their life, but the people who truly win fix their habits first. If you want financial freedom, don't wait for more money. Start respecting the money you already have, because freedom doesn't come from working harder. It comes from working smarter. And the moment you change how you treat money, money begins to change your life.
Before you go, let me ask you something. Are you working hard or are you building freedom? Is your money controlling you or are you finally controlling your money? Tell me in the comments, what is the first habit you want to change after watching this? And if this story made you think, subscribe, because the next story might change how you see your life.